Dublin, within hours of the news on September 15 that thousands of Ryanair flights had been cancelled in Europe, pilots' WhatsApp groups exploded with pent-up frustration. While management explained away the cancellations as a one-off rostering screw-up, pilots believed there was a deeper problem, that disaffected colleagues were leaving in droves. The pilots saw an opportunity to shift the balance of power in a company where they feel they are treated, in the words of one serving captain, like janitors. A hectic 5 days of Facebook and WhatsApp exchanges and meetings later, representatives of 20 of Ryanair's 87 bases were demanding new contracts. In December, pilots in Italy, Ireland, and Portugal called strikes that would have been the first of their kind in the airline's history. The discontent has always been there. But the cancellations triggered everyone to mobilize, one pilot said. Their maneuver worked. On December 15, Chief Executive Michael O'Leary recognized unions for the first time, crossing what for him had always been a red line. The full implications of union recognition for Ryanair's pioneering ultra-low-cost business model will take months to become clear. The market's view was immediate, shares fell 9% in a single day. In his first interview since the cancellations, O'Leary told Reuters the decision did not indicate management weakness or pilot strength but the fact that the airline was facing the prospect of compensating 150,000 passengers in Christmas week. If you need to go on strike just to test our mettle, then go ahead, O'Leary said in his Dublin office on Tuesday. But not in Christmas week. And not one that disrupts all our customers across Europe. The blunt-speaking CEO, who once crossed a picket line of baggage handlers to help load a plane, also indicated a grudging respect for the pilots. In fairness, their timing was good. Analysts have been concerned that rising staff costs could destroy one of the main pillars of the airline's cost advantage, pushing it into the crowded middle ground occupied by EasyJet and restructured legacy carriers such as Aer Lingus. O'Leary counters that a tiny proportion of its advantage over rivals is due to staff costs. There will be an uptick in labor costs next year, but will it alter the model? No. Something awry. The first signs that something was awry at Ryanair came in early summer, according to union officials and 3 pilots who asked not to be named because their contracts forbid them to talk to the media. By May, the rostering department had begun calling pilots to ask them to work during their annual month off, a first. Calls on days off also increased in frequency and on short notice, measures one pilot said were seen as a sign of desperation. From the start of the summer schedule there were very, very clear signs that there are issues in crew control, said the pilot, a captain who works at a base in Northwest Europe. O'Leary acknowledged in the interview that there were all these little bits of mismanagement, including training pilots being sent to fly passengers and a backlog of newly hired pilots unable to fly. By midsummer, punctuality was suffering.